Hey guys, Half Click Up here. Happy to bring you an exciting new collaboration with a company called Verve Viper that I would consider to be a direct competitor with QuadLock. Now, the kind folks over at Verve Viper were generous enough to supply me with a complete kit for outfitting both of my motorcycles. And so we're going to dive right in, get this rig installed, and see what it's all about and see how it compares to its competitors. Let's check it out. Okay, so what we have here is a product lineup that is designed very similarly to their competitors, but with identical functionality, right? And so you might question, well, why would I go with Verve Viper over their big name brand competitor? And the answer is price. Now, the price difference is not insane. However, it might be worth taking a look once we determine that this kit is equal to that big name competitor when you consider that everything you see here, okay, full transparency, this entire kit is valued at 135 US dollars. That's for everything you see here. If you were to build this exact setup with their competitor, it would be approaching 150 US dollars. So you can take that into consideration however you may. And once we really get some seat time and test this product, we will be able to finalize our decision on whether or not Verve Viper truly is worth the money. And so a quick overview of everything we have here. This is a mag phone case for the iPhone 15 Pro, which of course is the phone that I am rocking at the moment. Here we have their mag mount system. It's a one-handed release system that has 360 degrees of rotation, so you can orient your phone however you'd like. And an absolute must is a vibration dampener. So here's the deal. If you guys follow me, you know that I run a RAM mount system on my bikes. And you also may have noticed that I have not been using the RAM mount. You have not seen my phone. And the reason why is because you may or may not be aware, but the iPhone 15 Pro, in fact, it started back with maybe the iPhone 12 series. If you go with the Pro model phones, they have a macro lens for close-up camera work. And the vibration that happens on motorcycles will absolutely destroy the macro lens to where it doesn't even work anymore. And with that in mind, I have not been mounting my phone on my RAM mount anymore because I don't want to risk damaging this expensive phone, right? And so you have to have a vibration dampener. And as we tear into this stuff, you'll notice the similarities in design with Verve Viper's competitor and equal quality. So let's open all these boxes and see what all we have. Okay, now I can tell you straight away, this is high quality stuff. I unboxed it, played with it, What we have here is what I would consider partly high-grade aluminum construction, as well as what you might consider like a military-grade plastic, the type of good thick stuff that doesn't just become brittle or anything like that. So starting with the phone case, very nice piece. Nice brand representation and such too. Very robust case, as you would expect. You can't even bend or flex this thing. The design for the actual latching mechanism is nice and recessed, similar to their competitor. So you won't feel anything inside your pocket, no protrusions or anything like that. That's impressive. Okay, moving on to the mount itself. Nice simple design. Uses a one-handed latch design. And we'll piece all this stuff together here momentarily. Here is the vibration dampener. It uses a combination of rubber bushings as well as a spring mechanism. So you can compress it there. The spring compresses and the bushings compress at the same time to minimize vibrations. Verve Viper claims by 90%. There you go. Also in the kit is a standard arm, right, for ball to ball attachment. Nice, thick, heavy plastic. Here is your ball made from aluminum. Right? It's kind of separating that. Here is our other items. This is a handlebar mount. Again, nice, thick aluminum construction with the ball attachment. And so briefly, let's talk security. So their competitor uses a security bit type screw set that you actually have to purchase separately. Worth noting. Verve Viper includes their little kit at no extra charge. It just comes with it. It's a Torque style set of security screws. So if you were a would-be thief, you can't simply approach this thing already wise to it. You would probably come with a little Allen key set if you really wanted to steal something like this off of a motorcycle. Now for the basic mounting platform itself, coming back to this arm, another anti-theft feature that Verve Viper incorporates is a tiny little security set screw. And so once you tighten around your ball mechanism, you will finalize that with a little bitty, and the Allen keys included, a little bitty set screw that is recessed so it can't be tampered with unless you happen to have one of these as a thief in your pocket, right? So that is their anti-theft mechanism. And so they have thought of all the things that you would expect if you were buying, say, from a name brand leading competitor. Verve Viper offers all of the same appurtenances, if you will, in their kit. But real quick, back to the Pro Series handlebar mount. It does also come with all manner of spacer adapters to fit various handlebar diameters. And I happen to know that I will need the 22 millimeter. And you can see here that all of them are labeled with their size. And that 22 millimeter will be applicable to my Triumph Tiger. All right, so let's take a look at the actual mechanics of the latching mechanism itself. So this would be on the motorcycle. It's an excellent design because not only is it a locking mechanism, but it's also magnetic, right? So this would be on the motorcycle. You approach with your phone and you'll see that it'll just suck to it like so. And listen closely. Did you hear that? That little click? That was just ever so slight of a move, and she locked into place. And it is not going anywhere. Okay, so even though it is magnetic, it's not relying on the magnetism to secure to the platform. It's actually locked into place. And so if you wanted to rotate it, right, in this current lock status, you cannot. It is solid. All you would do is, remember, it's mounted to the bike. You'd reach down, you'd flick on the lever here, and then you can rotate at will. And it's not notchy. It's not weird or anything. It's smooth and tight, so it's not going to flop around. I mean, this takes effort to rotate it. And you would simply turn it like to landscape mode, like if you're going to use navigation or something like that. And again, it's locked in. It will not come off. Now, to get it off, back to the home position, hear that little click. It's back into its native locked position. And so you would use your finger and just pull it off, right? Remember, magnetic. It's awesome. I mean, it's really good, guys. This is a really good setup. I'm impressed with this. All right, so real quick, let's assemble the thing. Here's our vibration dampener. You'll notice that it's notched, right? Everything is notched with little squares. So everything is a solid fit. We are going to use our smaller hex key included in the kit. And we're going to see the threads, make those guys together, kind of use your hands to hold it in place. Go all the way down in there. And that's it. There you go. Nice and flush, ready for the ball. Right? So, take your ball, has the same square kind of peg mechanism. Set it in place. Long screw included in the kit. Drop it in there. Hex key included in the kit. Kind of hold it in place best you can and give her a good tightening. Everything flush. There you go. And there's your setup with vibration dampener installed. Outstanding. And so let's get this setup mounted to our Yamaha FZ6R and see how it looks. All right, so we begin by removing our absolutely useless ram mount. Like so. Then we're going to take our Verve Viper arm mount. We're going to open it up as wide as we can get it. And then we're going to create a little bit of extra slack with the included hex key. Like so. Then we're going to take our Verve Viper arm mount. We're going to open it up as wide as we can get it. And then we're going to create a little bit of extra slack with the included hex key. Like so. And that'll allow us to snap the phone mount into the arm, and then the arm onto the ball. Kind of orient it best you can. Start giving it some torque here. Round it out with a solid finish. It's already there, good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and get our Pro Series mount set up for our Triumph Tiger. Remember, it comes with several different spacers for different diameter handlebars. I happen to know that my Triumph Tiger is going to take a 22 millimeter spacer, so I have this little guy at the ready. Now, it already comes with a 12 millimeter spacer installed, like for mounting onto a mirror. So we start by removing this spacer. Just take the screw all the way out. Open the clamshell. Remove what you don't need. And then this guy is going to go on the handlebar, and then the clamshell will close over that. Let's go put it on the bike. All right, so we start with the 22 millimeter spacer being installed onto the handlebar. Now these controls make it kind of tight, so I'll have to mount and then drag over. Just for clearance purposes. You guys can't see that on camera. Open the clamshell. Drag it over into position, like so. And it looks like we're going to have to use the long screw that came with the kit. Here's the long guy that came with, and we'll simply cinch her all the way down real tight, which will ensure that it won't wiggle around at speed. And there we go. That thing is solid. Now in my case, I'm going to reuse a high-rise ram arm from my previous setup. However, just know that Verve Viper does offer a high-rise mount that features their little security bit. So I won't have that luxury when using this setup on my Tiger, but I will still have the functionality. So we snap, give us a little slack here. We will snap the Verve Viper mount in here. A little bit more slack. There she is. Tighten the whole setup down. About like so. And it's cool because you can position this however you need to. It's all fully manipulatable, if that's a word. Manipulatable. Good and tight. All right. And place our phone on there. There it is. Just like that. You want landscape? Pull on the lever, rotate. Just like that. Fantastic. That will be awesome. Remove, pull the lever, pop her off. Just like that. One-handed. What do you say we go road test this thing?
All right, guys, so here we are on the Tiger. Had to get some gas real quick, and let's pop her on there and see how she rides. Bam! There it is. That's simple. And with gloves, you know, easy to manipulate. Let's see if we want it to go to landscape. A little bit of a press and turn. There you go. Easy peasy. Love it. Let's go down the road. So being on a high-rise mount, as you guys saw me install, you can expect some movement from this setup. There's no way to avoid that because it's high and extended, and so it's going to be able to move a little bit. But the important thing, of course, is that it is absorbing shock whether you realize it or not, right? Because it has the vibration dampener installed. See here, we've got a little bit of movement, but we don't have the micro vibration movement that we really can't detect with the naked eye, right? This shaking around you see, as minimal as it is fine. Now, that's not what's going to tear up your lenses. It's the other stuff, the little micro vibrations that tear up your lenses. And so this is a pretty bumpy road here. A lot of imperfections. It's old asphalt full of patchwork. So it's a fine example of how this mount actually rides. It's very solid. Of course, if this phone was going to fall out, it would have by now. The locking mechanism is super good. She's not going anywhere. And so if we're going down the road and we started our maps to somewhere, we wanted landscape for a really good navigation view, you can just press and twist. It's good to go. You want to go back vertical, just turn it and it locks back into place. Not too bad. And there's that solace in knowing that it's solid and it's not going to go anywhere, right? It's good to know that it's got a neat little locking mechanism the way it does. All right, and we'll head on back. Oh, here you go. Cobblestone road. Not too bad. So we'll head on back and swap bikes. And of course the Yamaha will be the bigger test because it's a much more raw motorcycle, not nearly as refined of a suspension as this Triumph has. And so let's go see. All right, again, so Yamaha FZ6R, by nature a more vibratory, if that's a word, and harsher riding motorcycle, not nearly as refined as the Triumph Tiger in that regard, but let's see. Now, since this is Verve Viper's kind of lower profile standard style setup, it's got sort of a lower center of gravity compared to a high-rise arm, and I think what we're going to discover is that it has a lot less movement. So very rough road for being asphalt. And actually, there is little to no movement. That's impressive. The RAM mount would have had this thing completely shaking like that. That is secure. I gotta tell you, I feel completely comfortable having my iPhone 15 Pro with its sensitive lens setup on a Verve Viper mount. That's fantastic. Alright, one-handed, let's go landscape. Just like that. Back to vertical. Locked in. Beautiful. I like it. I'll tell you what, let's simulate a maps route and see just how nice it'll look in landscape. Oh yeah. That's fantastic, man. Let's see it in action. It's like having a real navigation device, you know what I mean? Being able to turn landscape like this, pretty awesome. Yep. Minimal movement. Vibrations obviously being dampened. Very impressive. Well, there you go, guys. The Verve Viper phone mount. I'd say for the money paid and the savings over their competitor, it's absolutely worth it. Fantastic setup. Well, if you enjoyed this product installation and review, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's send some love to the awesome people over at Verve Viper. They were so kind to send us their setup, man. I'll be using this from here on out. It's awesome. So, as always, this has been me, and that's been you. It's Half Click Up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Goodbye.